What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to the $10,000 EIDL stimulus update for Monday, November the 4th, 2020. Please do me a huge favor, give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL with your comments below. And if you're new to this channel and you'd like me to help grow your business when this madness is over, I ask that you please subscribe and hit the bell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful fall day, sunny, 65, almost 70 degrees here in Atlanta, Georgia. I thought I'd pull over and do a 5 or 10 minute video just to bring you up to speed as to where we are with the $10,000 or the balance thereof, your loan up to $2 million if you qualify. What's going to happen with the stock market? Keep in mind, I spent 14 years on Wall Street, regardless of who wins. And last but not least, this cash prize giveaway, which is now up to $1,500, probably going to go to 3 people, $500 apiece. What did I learn from my friends at Google in the last couple of days? Why are they punishing our videos with respect to the cash prize? Is there tax implications? Oh my goodness. There's a lot to talk about today. So one more time, give me a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL. I have a tea today because I had a little too much wine on Friday, followed by way too much candy. My goodness. Are you guys in the same boat? I'm 50 years old. I used to be able to inhale about 4 bags of candy, no problem. Now if I have a sucker, a Tootsie Roll, and a Reese's peanut butter cup, my blood sugar goes through the roof, and I'm laying in bed at night till 3 o'clock in the morning going, okay, settle down, calm down, my goodness. So I don't feel so, I feel today. So I'm having tea. This is Yogi, Y-O-G-I, Peach Detox. My goodness, cinnamon, cardamom, clove, very fall, very good. A little splash of organic maple syrup to flavor. Delicious. All right. The $10,000 cash advance, the EIDL grant, and the loan up to $2 million if you qualify. It's currently on hold. The good news, however, is we have 3 bills, aka acts. The Senate bill, EIDL for small business, S4227, calls $80 billion for the grant, $100 billion for the loan. That gets you the balance of the 10 grand. No reapplication, no additional documentation. If you got shitty credit, you still get the $10,000. And if you don't want the loan and you just want the grant, S4227, in my opinion, is a superior bill. That is in the Senate. It has 10 sponsors. In the House, we have 2. The Problem Solvers Caucus, which calls for $50 billion for the EIDL grant. That also gets rid of the loan caps, as all 3 do, puts it back at $2 million, and as well gets you the balance of the $10,000 that you were promised originally in the CARES Act. And then you have the HEROES Act, which is Nancy Pelosi's bill. That, in my opinion, has $90 billion of grant money. $50 billion, which is on page 5 of 87 on the summary, gets you the balance of the $10,000, plus it gets rid of the loan caps, puts them back at $2 million. But the HEROES Act also has the EIDL Lifeline Grant, which is $40 billion. To qualify, you need 50 employees or less, and you take 6 months of working capital or 50 grand, whichever number is less. So if it's 5 grand a month for your payroll, which includes to yourself your credit cards for your business, your utilities, your rent, etc., times 6 is 30 grand. So if the HEROES Act gets passed and adopted in the Senate, and that's a big if, many of you are going to have a chance, not just for 10 grand, but up to $50,000. And there's a provision in there, if you read the HEROES Act, as I have 10 times, that when the SBA gets down to 25% of the money left, in other words, they start with 40 on the Lifeline grant. When it gets down to 10, she is supposed to, Ms. Carranza, head of the SBA, alert Congress for more money. In other words, I personally don't see, and if you read the provisions as I have, I don't see them running out of money until everybody that's eligible, and there's 9 million of you that have applied that are currently in the queue, gets a chance at up to $50,000. Again, you got to have 50 employees or less. And if I didn't mention, you also have to show a 30% economic loss or greater. Meaning if your revenues in 2020 have tanked, as mine have, as most of yours have, by 30% or more relative to the prior year, then you're eligible for up to 50 grand in the Lifeline grant. All right, what about stocks? Many of you, if you haven't cashed them in, and I know some, including myself, have to some degree in order to survive, what's going to happen if Joe Biden wins or the Democrats take over the Senate? The good news is the following. The markets have already priced in a high degree of risk. If Joe Biden wins, and that's what the polls are telling us tomorrow, and it's probably going to be contested, we won't know the winner for a number of days, maybe even a couple of weeks. There is massive amounts of stimulus on the way. And if they somehow take over the Senate and hold the House, they've got green lights all the way across the board. So yes, we are going to see a massive change socially in this country. We're going to move hard left, adopt some of what you might call a socialist mentality, especially if Bernie Sanders, AOC, +3, you know the deal, gets in power. But when it comes to your money, and this happened under Bill Clinton, it also happened under Barack Obama when we came out of the 2009 Great Recession. If they've got carte blanche to write trillions of dollars of COVID relief stimulus and then an infrastructure deal in the first quarter of next year to rebuild our road, bridges, highways, and airports to something you might see in Dubai, then there's no reason why the stock market can't go up significantly. And that's what Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and other banks are calling for right now, that if it's a blue wave or even a partial blue wave, massive amounts of fiscal stimulus, aka spending, will help to support stock prices. And the Fed has already said they're going to leave interest rates at 0 until the end of 2023. So yes, we've got a massive debt to pay at some point. The piper's going to want his or her money at some point in the next 10 years. But right now, as per percent to GDP, it's not a major red flag. So if Trump holds on and you get more tax cuts next year, and they've already said they want a stimulus bill before Thanksgiving, if he holds not only the Senate but wins again in the White House, Nancy Pelosi's come out and said she's going to pass stimulus during the lame duck, which is before the end of the year. So I don't know when it's going to happen. But if Trump holds the White House and the Senate, they've said between the 9th of November, when the Senate comes back, and Thanksgiving is when they're going to put forward a bill in the Senate and ultimately in the House. So look, regardless of who wins, I realize socially it's going to have a massive impact on this country. But when it comes to the stock market, I don't see a dip below 25,000. That was a massive, what's called triple top breakout months ago. What was resistance now becomes support. So if there's a moment where the market pulls down another 5% from where it is now at 26 and change, I don't see it going any lower. So if you have cash to burn and you've got money on the sidelines and we pull down towards 25,000 on the Dow, don't be afraid to pull the trigger and put some money to work at that point. All right, what about this cash prize madness? Oh my goodness. I want you guys to Google how to give away cash prizes on YouTube. And you'll see it's a gigantic affair. In fact, you may have noticed my video that I just did, $1,000 cash prize giveaways. It's the lowest reach we've ever had, 6,200 views. Well, I found out that YouTube is censoring me, not just for the F-bombs, which also hurts me. I can only do one. I think I had 3 in the last video. They shut me down. They hide me in search. They don't recommend me on the home page when I do that. So I got to watch my mouth to a certain degree. Try and limit it to 1. But when it comes to cash prizes, because there's a lot of fraud involved, YouTube often frowns on that. So they've hidden us. We are normally top of the list with respect to hashtag EIDL or EIDL grant. Now we're way, way, way down. In respect to one of them, I think it's EIDL without the hashtag. I think it's like the 30th video recommended. It's because there's a lot of scams with respect to cash giveaways. So let me clarify what's going to happen. 3 people are going to win $500. As I said last time, I want it to be diverse. Someone of color, a man, a woman, maybe a veteran, thank you very much, who have served this country. A diverse mix of folks who have been loyal to this channel, and I want to help during this time of need. As I said before, I'm not a rich guy. I know you see this big fancy watch. That's a gift. I'll tell you the story on how I got this watch a couple of years ago. It's a very sentimental piece for me. But I don't have millions of dollars in the bank. What I do have is a big fat heart and a belly. I know you can't see it right now, but I'm carrying 15 pounds. I'm trying to give away what I do have to folks who need help. That's all, right? The SBA has not followed through with respect to the CARES Act. We've been waiting 7 months now for you to get this balance of 10 grand, a loan up to $2 million. So I'm trying to do what I can as a very modest, hardworking man that lives in Atlanta, who does have a few extra bucks since we turned on our ads for the first time in 6 months. I want to give away what I can. But when you Google those terms, you'll find out there's tax implications for any prize over 600 bucks. You got to fill out a form and send it to the IRS, which is why I want to keep the cash prize at 500 or less, so you won't have to do that. I also had to put some wording in the description. Again, it's the last video I did, $1,000 cash prize giveaways, that said it's free to join. You don't pay me a dime to enter the so-called contest. The only requirements or the rules is that you had to like the last video, you had to subscribe and hit the bell, and you had to share a comment with the hashtag cash prize. So please, and then I had to include a link of YouTube's guidelines and rules. Look, I'm trying to cover my ass in all ways possible, but can I get everyone to agree? I'm just doing this to help. I'm not doing this to bribe or to get more subscribers or to grow this channel. We've slowed down. Why have we slowed down? People are tired of idle. I drilled down on EIDL to get you this 10 grand. We now have 3 chances, including a 4th, with an executive order, which I'm again going to revisit after this election, regardless of who wins, because there's money sitting there right now, over 130 billion in both PPP and EIDL. There's no reason why President Trump or President-elect Biden, if he does win, can't say, hey, let's pay out 50 billion in the grants, get everybody their 10 grand, get rid of those effing caps. Boy, I want to say the real word, right? Get rid of the effing caps, put it back at 2 million, and if we have to add more money over the next 6 months, we will. So once again, in the next few days, I'm going to do a video. It's going to be called $1,000 Cash Prize Winners. They're probably going to censor it. So if you want to be a participant in that, you got to go watch the last video. Read the description. Like it. Subscribe, hit the bell, put a comment with cash prize. And by the way, last but not least, there's over 2,000 comments there. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. It doesn't mean if I don't respond to your comment that you don't qualify. I will go through and randomly select 3 people from a diverse background as my way of saying thank you for supporting this channel, and I hope 500 bucks will help you, your business, and of course your family survive this thing we call COVID-19. Until next time, I love you guys from a very beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.